Welcome to Business with Louis, the show where we dive into the world of entrepreneurship and explore the concepts that can make or break a business. Today, we're talking about business licensing requirements, a crucial aspect of doing business that's often overlooked, but can have significant consequences if not handled properly. So, what are business licensing requirements? In simple terms, they refer to the permits, licenses, and registrations that businesses need to obtain in order to operate legally and safely. These requirements vary depending on the type of business, its location, and the industry it operates in. From food service establishments to construction companies, every business needs to comply with specific regulations to ensure public health, safety, and environmental protection. But why are business licensing requirements so important? Well, for one, they help protect consumers from unscrupulous businesses that might compromise on quality or safety. They also level the playing field, ensuring that all businesses operate under the same rules and regulations. And, of course, complying with licensing requirements can enhance a business's credibility and reputation, making it more attractive to customers, investors, and partners. The concept of licensing dates back to ancient times, when governments would grant exclusive rights to certain businesses or individuals to operate in specific areas. Over time, as economies grew and became more complex, governments began to establish formal regulatory frameworks to oversee business activities. Today, we have a vast array of laws, regulations, and standards that govern everything from employment practices to environmental impact. So, what are some of the key principles and theories that underlie business licensing requirements? One influential thinker in this area is Ronald Coase, a Nobel laureate, who argued that businesses will always seek to minimize costs and maximize profit. In the context of licensing, this means that companies will try to navigate regulatory requirements in ways that benefit their bottom line. Another important concept is the idea of regulatory capture, where businesses or industries exert influence over regulatory bodies to shape policies and rules in their favor. This can lead to a situation where regulations become overly complex or biased towards certain interests, making it harder for new entrants or smaller businesses to compete. One notable case is the rise of food truck vendors in cities across the United States. These mobile eateries have become incredibly popular, but they also face strict regulations around health and safety, zoning, and licensing. In some cities, the permitting process can be so cumbersome that it's difficult for new vendors to get started. However, successful food truck operators like Kogi BBQ in Los Angeles have shown that with careful planning, compliance, and innovation, it's possible to thrive in this space. Another example is the experience of Warby Parker, an eyewear company that disrupted the traditional optical industry by offering affordable, stylish glasses online. As Warby Parker expanded its operations, it had to navigate complex regulatory requirements around healthcare, tax, and employment law. By prioritizing compliance and working closely with regulators, the company was able to build trust with customers and establish itself as a leader in the market. So, what practical applications and tips can we take away from business licensing requirements? First and foremost, it's essential to research the specific licenses and permits required for your business type and location. This might involve consulting with a lawyer or accountant who is familiar with local regulations. Second, plan ahead. Obtaining some licenses can take several months, so factor this into your startup timeline. Third, budget for licensing fees, which can vary significantly depending on the jurisdiction and type of license. For those looking to start their own businesses, understanding business licensing requirements can be a significant competitive advantage. By complying with regulations from the outset, you can avoid costly fines and reputational damage down the line. Moreover, demonstrating compliance can enhance your business's credibility with customers and partners, making it easier to secure funding or collaboration. In addition to these tips, there are also several tools and resources available to help businesses navigate the licensing process. For example, many governments offer online portals or guides that provide step-by-step instructions for obtaining licenses and permits. There are also numerous consulting firms and law practices that specialize in regulatory compliance, which can provide valuable expertise and support. One such resource is the Small Business Administration's website, which offers a wealth of information on licensing requirements, as well as tools like the SBA's License and Permit tool. This tool allows businesses to search for specific licenses and permits required by state and local governments. Another useful resource is the National Association of Secretaries of State, which provides a comprehensive database of business licensing requirements across the United States. In conclusion, business licensing requirements are a fundamental aspect of doing business, reflecting the complex interplay between economic activity, government regulation, and societal needs. By grasping these requirements and navigating them effectively, entrepreneurs and businesses can ensure they operate on a level playing field, build trust with customers and stakeholders, and ultimately drive long-term success. So, what's the takeaway? Compliance is not just about avoiding penalties or fines. It's about building a strong foundation for your business that will serve you well in the years to come. By prioritizing business licensing requirements and seeking out resources and expertise when needed, you can set yourself up for success and thrive in today's competitive marketplace. Join us next time as we explore more concepts and strategies for building a successful business. Like, share, and subscribe. And remember, every great business starts with action. Make your next move count.